This is not just one of my favorite spiders, the jumping spider. This is a very special.
The Amazon rainforest is full of mysteries and scary stories that make it a fascinating place.
And we are searching for one of those spiders in today's video.
Among these secrets are the largest spiders in the world, hiding in the trees and capturing the attention of all who explore this amazing area.
Whoa, what the heck?
The giant tarantulas in the Amazon rainforest. Tarantulas are fascinating creatures that have been around since the time of the dinosaurs. These spiders can live for up to 30 years and are found in many parts of the world, especially in the Amazon rainforest. They are the biggest spiders on the planet, and the Amazonian tarantula is the largest of them all. If you visit the Amazon, you're likely to see these impressive spiders, with some adults reaching sizes of up to 13 inches across. But don't worry, their bites are not dangerous. A bite from a tarantula feels a lot like a bee or wasp sting and doesn't have lasting effects. However, the tiny hairs on their bodies can be very irritating to our skin, so it's best to keep your distance. Tarantulas make their homes and burrows underground or in nests high up in trees. You might catch a glimpse of them on the sides of trees during the day or night. Their big brown bodies are often covered in black and brown hairs, making them easy to spot. There are about 1,100 species of tarantulas, all belonging to a family called Theraphosidea. Some other spiders are sometimes called tarantulas too, but they belong to a different family. These large spiders have a special way of moving. They have an exoskeleton, which is a hard outer covering that supports their bodies. Like other spiders, a tarantula's body is divided into two main parts: the prosoma, the front part, and the opisthosoma, the back part. These two parts are connected by a narrow section that helps them move around easily. People sometimes confuse tarantulas with other types of spiders, like trapdoor or funnel web spiders, but there are a few ways to tell them apart. One is their hair. Many tarantulas have special hairs called urticating hairs that can cause skin irritation. They also tend to be bigger than other spiders, but size isn't always a reliable way to identify them. Another big clue is their fangs. Tarantula fangs point downwards, while the fangs of true spiders face each other. This helps them grab their prey better. Tarantulas also have two book lungs, which help them breathe, unlike most spiders that only have one. Plus, tarantulas usually live much longer than other spiders. They don't use webs for hunting. Instead, they use them to build their homes, or as a tripwire to catch their food. So, if you see a tarantula, remember they are mostly harmless and just an amazing part of nature. Its size is impressive, but the next spider has some wild surprises in store. But before we unveil this, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel first. South American giant huntsman spider. The giant huntsman spider, known scientifically as Heteropoda maxima, is found in Laos and is famous for being the largest spider in the world when it comes to leg span, which can stretch up to 30 centimeters, about 1 foot. This spider has a yellowish-brown color with dark spots on its back half. Its long legs have wide dark bands before the first bend, making it look quite striking. Like all huntsman spiders, the giant huntsman has long legs that twist forward, resembling a crab when it moves. What sets the giant huntsman apart from other spiders is its size and specific body features. Male giant huntsman spiders have a part called the cymbidium that is 3 times longer than another part called the tegula. Females have a uniquely shaped area on their bodies called the epigeneal field, which has 2 bands pointing forward. With a leg span of 30 centimeters, about 12 inches, and a body length of 4.6 centimeters, 1.8 inches, the giant huntsman is the biggest in the huntsman spider family known as Sparassidae. Before this species was discovered, the largest huntsman spider was the Australian Berigama aurea, which had a body length of only about 4 centimeters, 1.6 inches. Heteropoda maxima was first described in 2001 by a scientist named Peter Jaeger, after it was found in a cave in Laos. Between 1997 and 2007, over 1,000 new species of plants and animals were discovered in the greater Mekong area, which made the finding of such a large spider surprising. The giant huntsman spider lives in Laos and is thought to be a cave dweller because of its pale color and long legs. It has special hairs on its second pair of legs, which help it navigate in dark areas. Interestingly, its eyes are not reduced in size, likely because it lives near cave entrances. Huntsman spiders are known for their speed and unique hunting style. They don't spin webs like many other spiders. Instead, they hunt their prey directly. Because of their size and looks, they are sometimes called giant crab spiders or wood spiders, as they often live in forests, woodpiles, or even old wooden buildings. There are many types of huntsman spiders, and they can be found in warm areas all over the world, including Australia, Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Some of them even have special ways of moving, like the wheel spider that can cartwheel. The next spider is truly gigantic and will give you chills just thinking about it. Just wait until you hear about its amazing hunting skills that will leave you in awe. Brazilian wandering spider. Brazilian wandering spiders are fascinating creatures that roam the forest floor at night, hunting for prey. They don't build webs like many other spiders. Instead, they are known for their quick movements and neurotoxic venom, which they use to catch their food. Also called armed spiders or banana spiders, Brazilian wandering spiders are among the most venomous spiders in the world. Their scientific name, Phonutria, means murderous in Greek, which gives you an idea of their fearsome reputation. These spiders have large mouthparts called chelicerae that can deliver painful bites filled with strong venom. While their bites can be dangerous, especially to children, most people can recover with immediate medical care thanks to anti-venom. Brazilian wandering spiders are aggressive and often active at night. They prefer to hunt on the ground in their natural habitats, which include forests in northern South America and a small part of Central America. You can recognize them by their distinctive defensive posture. They lift their front legs high, showing off the black and light bands on their leg undersides. When threatened, they sway from side to side, which can be quite intimidating. The genus Phonutria was first named by a scientist named Maximilian Purdy in 1833. He initially identified 2 species, but only one, Phonutria fera, is still recognized as the main species in this group. Brazilian wandering spiders often make lists of the deadliest spiders in the world. In fact, they've been labeled as the most dangerous by Guinness World Records several times. However, it's important to understand that calling an animal deadly can be complicated. The effects of a spider bite can vary greatly depending on how much venom is injected. Arachnologist Joanne Soulahl points out that each bite is different, and while these spiders can be harmful, most people will recover with the right treatment. In summary, Brazilian wandering spiders are remarkable for their size, behavior, and venom. While they deserve respect for their potential danger, understanding them better can help ease some of the fear surrounding these amazing arachnids. Giant crab spider. The giant crab spider is one of the largest spiders you'll find in North America, with a leg span of about 50 to 64 millimeters. It has a medium to light brown color and often spreads its legs out at right angles, which is why it looks a bit like a crab. This spider can move sideways really quickly, and it's so nimble that it can climb up smooth walls and even ceilings, which helps you tell it apart from other spiders like wolf spiders, which can't climb. You can find giant crab spiders mostly in Arizona and Sonora, in different spots like under rocks, in dead saguaros, and even in houses. They love dry, hot areas and are pretty good at hiding during the day. They have flat bodies that help them fit into narrow spaces and cracks, where they stay hidden until night comes. When it's time to hunt, they come out to search for insects. They catch their food using their speed rather than spinning webs. Although their bite can be painful, it's not dangerous for humans. Giant crab spiders usually stick to one spot until it's time to lay eggs. Female giant crab spiders make large egg sacs, which they carefully hide and protect. Despite being quite big, these spiders are generally calm and will only bite if they feel threatened. People often mix up giant crab spiders with tarantulas because of their size. To tell the difference, look at their legs. Giant crab spiders have legs that stick out sideways, like a crab, and they can even move side to side thanks to their unique joints. Their dark brown color helps them blend in with things like tree trunks and rocks, making it easier for them to stay hidden. If you're in Arizona and worried about these spiders getting into your home, don't panic. They usually don't want to come inside, but if you see one, it could mean there are more around your yard. To keep them away, it's a good idea to keep your yard tidy and cut back any plants that might be hiding spots for insects, which attract spiders. Sealing up any cracks around your home can also help prevent them from sneaking inside. Just remember, they're more scared of you than you are of them. Its web is an incredible sight, but the next spider spins an even wilder tale. Just stay with us as the scary film has just started. Jumping spiders. Jumping spiders are a really interesting group of spiders found in the Amazon rainforest. They might look a bit scary at first, especially since they can jump around a lot. But don't worry, they're harmless. These little creatures live high up in the trees and are known for their amazing ability to leap from one tree to another. They use a special silk thread as a safety line when they jump. There are over 500 different species of jumping spiders in the Amazon, so you have a good chance of spotting one if you're exploring the area. As their name suggests, jumping spiders can leap an incredible distance, up to 10 to 40 times their body length. They belong to a family called Salticidae, which is quite large and has about 4,000 species around the world. In North America, there are around 300 species, with one of the most common being the Phoedippus audax, also known as the bowl jumper. You can find these little guys from southeastern Canada all the way down to Florida and even out west to British Columbia and northern Mexico. Jumping spiders usually like to hang out in grassy areas, prairies, and open woodlands, but they can also be found in backyards and gardens. Although they prefer being outside, they might wander into your home in search of food. If they do come inside, they often hide under furniture, in the folds of curtains, or cracks in the floorboards. They can actually be helpful in your garden, since they love to eat pests like mosquitoes and cutworms. These spiders are generally not dangerous to humans or pets. They rarely bite unless they feel threatened or are about to be squished. If you do get bitten, the symptoms are usually mild, similar to a mosquito bite, and should heal in just a few hours. So if you see a jumping spider, just let it be. It's just curious and checking you out. You won't believe what this spider can do, but the one after it is a real showstopper. Watch out. The Goliath bird-eating spider. The Goliath bird-eating spider is a fascinating creature that lives in northern South America. It's famous for being the largest spider in the world by weight, weighing up to 6.2 ounces, 175 grams. While it usually munches on insects, rodents, snakes, and even bats, it got its name when an explorer saw one eating a hummingbird. Surprisingly, female Goliaths sometimes eat their mates after mating, but don't worry too much. Males don't live very long anyway. They usually die shortly after reaching maturity, while females can live up to 25 years. These huge spiders belong to the Tarantula family and can have a leg span of up to 12 inches, 30 centimeters. Their bodies can grow to be about 5.1 inches, 13 centimeters long, making them a sight to behold. Even though they sound scary, their bites aren't as dangerous as you might think. Their fangs can be up to 1.5 inches long and can puncture human skin, but their venom is harmless to us. It's rare to run into a Goliath bird-eating spider since they like to live deep in burrows. You might also hear them called the Goliath tarantula. They have a tan to light brown color with a golden hue, making them blend in with their surrounding. One interesting thing about Goliaths is that they don't have the spurs on their legs that most male tarantulas have, which makes them a bit unique among tarantulas. Goliath females take a few years to mature, usually around 3 to 6 years. They can lay 100 to 200 eggs, which hatch into little spiderlings within 6 to 8 weeks. When threatened, these spiders have some cool ways to defend themselves. They can make a rubbing sound by moving parts of their bodies and can also release tiny irritating hairs from their bodies that can cause skin irritation. Although their fangs are big enough to break the skin, they mostly bite in self-defense. Their bites feel a lot like a wasp sting and usually don't lead to serious issues. So, while they are huge and a bit intimidating, Goliath bird-eating spiders are more about being impressive than being a real threat. It's hard to believe something this massive exists, but the next spider is a whole new level of crazy. Giant fishing spider. Fishing spiders are an interesting group of spiders known for their ability to catch fish. They belong to the genus Dolomedes, and they often hang out near water, like rivers and ponds, where they can grab small fish or aquatic insects as they walk on the surface. One type, Dolomedes tenebrosus, likes to stay in wooded areas and can sometimes invade homes. You can find these spiders from New England and Canada all the way down to Florida and Texas. These spiders can get pretty big. Female fishing spiders measure between 15 and 26 millimeters long, while males are smaller, ranging from 7 to 13 millimeters. Both males and females are brownish gray, with some black and lighter brown patterns. Their legs have cool bands of brown and black colors, making them look pretty neat. There's another similar spider called D. scriptus that has white W markings on its abdomen, but D. tenebrosus doesn't have those. Fishing spiders often find themselves far from water, especially in forests. They hibernate as immature adults under rocks or loose bark, or even in tree holes and human structures. They wake up in spring, and you can spot them from May to September. In June, females lay their eggs and carry the egg sacs until the spiderlings are ready to hatch, which can be up to 1,000 of them. The mom takes care of her little ones in a special nursery web. Even though fishing spiders can look a bit scary, they are quite shy. They usually run away from people at the first sign of movement. If they do bite, it's not worse than a bee or wasp sting, but some people might react differently if they're sensitive to spider venom. Fishing spiders can be pretty fascinating to watch. I once encountered a female under a dock with my young nephew who loves spiders. I suggested he try to catch it since he's been around snakes and other animals, but when he saw the spider, he quickly decided against it. Despite their scary looks, fishing spiders would make great pets in a terrarium. They're fun to observe as they hunt for fish, walk on water, and care for their eggs. More people should appreciate these amazing spiders. You'll be amazed by how this spider lives, but wait until you discover what's lurking in the shadows. Decoy Spider. Have you ever seen a spider web? They're already impressive, but there's one little spider that takes it to a whole new level. This tiny decoy spider makes a huge spider-shaped sculpture in its web, using bits of old leaves, plant scraps, dead bugs, and even its shed skin. It creates a little pocket in the center of this big fake spider to hide in and wait for unsuspecting prey. This clever little spider is a recent discovery, and scientists are still figuring out why it does this. These fascinating decoy spiders are just a glimpse of the amazing arachnids you can find in the Amazon rainforest. There are over 3,000 different spider species there, each more intriguing than the last. Some of them are even bigger than your hand, can jump from tree to tree, or catch and eat birds. If you travel with a knowledgeable guide, you'll have a great chance of spotting the coolest spiders while knowing which ones to steer clear of. In December 2012, scientists went back to the Amazon rainforest to gather information about one of their exciting finds, the decoy spider that makes these big spider-shaped sculptures. Interestingly, there's another decoy spider that lives in the Philippines on the island of Negros. Both these spiders create similar designs, even though they are 11,000 miles apart. This has scientists curious about how this behavior developed and whether these decoys are used to lure prey or keep predators away. Larry Reeves, an entomologist from the University of Florida, discovered the Philippine spider in March 2012. He explained that while both species create decoys, they look different. The legs of the Philippine decoy spread out in all directions, while the Peruvian decoy's legs point downwards. Reeves was studying butterfly communities and deforestation on Mount Canlaon when he noticed something unusual along his trail. As he walked by a web, he saw a spider in the center and then realized it was a new kind he hadn't seen before. After taking a closer look, he was amazed to discover it was a decoy spider. Nature is full of surprises, and this little spider is just one of the many wonders waiting to be explored in the wild. Pink-toed tarantula. Meet the pink-toed tarantula, a fascinating spider from the Amazon rainforest, also known as the common pink toe. This spider has a dark body and pinkish feet, growing up to 6 inches long, with colors that can change from yellow to violet as it matures. These spiders love to hang out in trees and prefer places with high humidity, making the tropics their perfect home. Pink-toed tarantulas are mostly gentle creatures, but they can get a bit defensive if they feel threatened. They have a unique way of protecting themselves by throwing fecal matter at potential dangers. When it comes to reproduction, a female can lay between 50 and 200 eggs, which will hatch in about 8 weeks. Males usually live for about 3 years, while females can survive for up to 12 years. Their diet includes crickets, grasshoppers, moths, cockroaches, and even small lizards. These spiders are known for their ambush hunting style. They use their webs to catch prey and also to feel for movement nearby. In a rich environment, pink-toed tarantulas can display a variety of behaviors like active hunting and even building nests with nearby materials. They are aggressive eaters, often snacking on insects, and occasionally they will go for small frogs or lizards. If they sense danger, pink-toed tarantulas typically run or leap away. If provoked, they may react aggressively. Their defensive tricks include using their urticating hairs, which they can rub off on a threat, and adopting a threatening posture to scare off enemies. Even though their venom is mild compared to other tarantulas, they still can bite if they feel cornered. These spiders have a striking appearance, with a black body that can shine with green iridescence and pink tips on their legs. They have 8 legs in total, along with other mouth parts that help them hunt and eat. Pink-toed tarantulas thrive in the rainforest regions of northern South America, such as Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana. They spend most of their time high in the trees, where they feel safest. When it comes to communication, they can also throw hairs from their bodies as a defense mechanism. After mating, females make a web and lay their eggs, which they guard until they hatch. Young spiderlings will go through several molts to grow, shedding their old skin to make room for new growth. Finally, we have a beautifully creepiest spider on the list that no doubt has a remarkable design on its body. But besides this, its limbs are so creepy and weird. Giant wood spider. The northern golden orb weaver, or giant golden orb weaver, is a striking spider known scientifically as Nephila pilipes. You can find this beautiful spider in East and Southeast Asia, as well as in some Pacific islands. These spiders love to live in forests and gardens, and they're famous for their impressive webs. Female giant golden orb weavers are quite large, measuring between 30 and 50 millimeters, while males are much smaller, only around 5 to 6 millimeters. They are among the biggest orb-weaving spiders, second only to another species called Nephila komaki. The webs of the northern golden orb weaver are tall and vertical, with a unique, messy design. Instead of hanging their egg sacs in the web, these spiders dig a pit in the ground and cover it with leaves or soil. Known for their size, you can often spot their large webs spanning up to 2 meters in open spaces in the jungles of peninsular India. If you watch a giant golden orb weaver's web for a while, you'll see some interesting behaviors. For example, they quickly remove any leaves that fall onto their webs to keep them clean. You might also catch a glimpse of how they wrap up their prey, maintain their web, and even the fascinating process of molting, where they shed their skin. During mating, the much larger female often stays still while the tiny male tries to mate with her. These spiders are usually seen between September and December. This is when the females mate, descend to the ground, lay their eggs, and then die. Sometimes you can find them alongside the black wood spider, which looks quite similar but can be distinguished easily. Although they prefer forested areas, giant golden orb weavers can also be found in gardens in places like Bangalore. In fact, there are 6 known species of giant wood spiders in India, with 3 of them being quite common. The golden orb weavers are often colorful, with shades ranging from reddish to yellow, and they have distinctive patterns on their legs that help warn off potential predators. Interestingly, these spiders are known for a striking size difference between males and females, where females are much larger than males. So, if you're ever in their habitat, keep an eye out for their incredible webs and the fascinating life of these golden orb weavers. As we wrap up our look at the world's largest spider, filmed in the Amazon rainforest, we can't help but be amazed by the incredible creatures that live there. This giant spider shows us just how diverse and surprising nature can be. So, next time you see a web or hear a sound in the jungle, remember there's a whole world of wonders waiting to be explored. Let's keep appreciating and protecting these amazing places for everyone to enjoy.